want to? Okay, you gonna take a shit? All right. Yeah, you didn't want me to say that, but I did. How you got? All right. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Good.
Gucci? Show you Gucci?
Rocking and rolling.
You know what's about to happen, right?
I know what you're gonna ask.
You know what's about to happen? Oh shit! Then they forgot I was loud as fuck, and this bitch is not safe for motherfucking ears. Hand clap on one guy in the corner for you guys. You clap yourself. You clap yourself, motherfucker. Fuck it. We got killers in this bitch. Y'all know I stay with killers out this motherfucker. All my homies a bunch of y'all homies' asses. What's your name, bro?
Tugger Lutz, man. Thanks for
Lutz.
having me.
What's your name, bro?
John Vu.
Bring that mic closer too. Yeah, we're gonna be real
The
intimate
old
with it.
fistful.
Yep,
Making out with
like
you,
what she said. Yeah, you know.
looking
cool.
like. The
Yeah.
singer
Look,
right
come on,
now.
John. Let's practice. Both hands. Come on.
Gotta wrap the fingers.
Had the figures.
You know who Scott
Wrap your
Stapp
hand.
is?
No, who's
The
that?
singer of Creed. Feel
Yes.
like
Okay.
getting down on the mic like him.
Is that arms wide open?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's do it.
No.
Arms wide open. That's all I know. What's the rest of the lyrics?
I can't understand him.
God damn it. Somebody call me. You good? All right. Look, it doesn't matter. Not safe is. Thanks for coming on. You motherfuckers are dangerous. So, how did you each become the top U.S. Olympic level ballerinas in the world? How did you do that? How the fuck?
Good coaching.
Good coaching. This is your coach right here,
Yeah.
right?
So a lot of good coaching. An open mind.
How did you? All right, so let's talk.
We got the lineage, man.
Yep.
We all got coached from the same guy, right?
Hey, who was that?
Started
Who was that?
there.
Who was
Henry
that?
Smith.
Henry Smith, the prettiest twinkle toes in the city. All right, all jokes aside, you some bad motherfuckers, right? So what I like to do for people just coming on and they might not understand how I even know these bad motherfuckers, right? Let's put on the lower thirds real quick. Tucker, Vu. I started training years ago. Ran into my man right there in the corner at Towson Tire Box. Yeah, I didn't even tell you the story. I don't think I ever told you the story.
I don't know.
Not
I don't
the
think so.
So, I was unemployed. Was looking for a way to burn off energy, some extra calories. Right, I was getting real fucking fat, and I mean real fat. So, I figured I'll go and apply for a job or internship. I didn't know fucking fighters are ruthless people, in a sense, not in a negative way, but like you don't show up to the gym with like a full suit on, and a resume and a suitcase. That's what I did. So
Yeah.
I
Depends
pull up.
on the gym, I guess.
I went to the gym and everybody's looking at me like I stole something. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm coming in and I'm like, hey, it's Henry Smith here. And everyone who knows Henry is like, why the fuck is this cornball looking for like we trying to sell like knives or something? What the fuck is going on? So anyway, long story short, I end up getting somewhat of I guess an internship there. And one of the first coaches I ran into was John. And this dude, I don't think they told me you were already like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? When you meet everybody the first time, you see tattoos, I figured he's badder than the regular person, but I didn't know you was a fighter. So I think you were either teaching that day or maybe it was like a one-on-one miss thing, and the way you were moving and the strikes you were doing. First of all, us being littler guys in stature, we don't ever get the credit we should. Somebody could walk in 6'6", it's like, But you, it was like, no one told me to be scared of your ass until it was too late. And I got fucked up a few times in sparring. I said, oh, he's bad. How long were you training with Henry and the crew before I even met you?
When did you step into the ring? You remember?
2015.
When did you step in the Towson Tire Box?
I say maybe a year before that.
So
a year and a half.
2014. So I've probably been training about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So,
How did you start training? Because mine was a necessity to control my depression and eating habits and not doing anything at the house. Did you just like one day walk into a gym and like I want to fuck people up, or
nah, man.
it's a lifelong thing?
I used to play a lot
Bring
of
that
ball.
mic to you real good. Yeah. Bring it to you. That's yours.
Cool.
Or you can take that bitch out.
Like Elvis.
Boom, just like this. If you want to just rock with that shit, that's you.
So, like you, I actually lost my job.
Oh.
So I got laid off. I met Henry and Big John Rollo getting tattooed by my homie Boog. So, they was telling me about a gym opening up in Columbia.
Right.
And then I started there, and that's where I really got to work with Henry. So, really, I just wanted to find something to take up some time.
Right.
And from there, it became kind of an obsession, and it's especially with time off from work and not working.
Yeah, right.
I got
can
to
train a
train
little bit more.
lot. And
Right.
Just got obsessed with it and kept working, and they just kept putting time into me. So between Henry and Paul, I was just rocking
Paul.
and rolling from there.
That evil motherfucker. We were talking about evil motherfuckers. We'll talk about Rob later, but Paul's up there, isn't he? That's sweetie. He's a sweet guy, but when he leg kicks you, you feel like he really enjoys it. No.
Yeah.
Death by leg kick. You know the motto.
I feel like he really enjoys slamming that fucking shin bone in your soft, warm red meat. No, it's just me.
Yeah, whenever we spar, it's been a minute, but I always request for the straight boxing with Paul. So he's always more than happy to comply, though. He's game. I can't remember when it was, but I can't remember if I was a pro or an amateur, but it was right at. So I had a fight, and a lot of times I'll just be like a fat fuck and bail from the gym for like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, and it was like right coming back, and Paul just like he beat the shit out of me, and it wasn't one of those things that he was piecing me up and like laying back. It was just getting worse and worse. I think I only did 2 rounds, but it was both rounds. They fucking sucked. But
You learned something about pain.
no, I learned to not be such a fat fuck in the off season.
So, what did he whip your ass because you were a fat fuck?
No, it was just
Oh.
it was just sparring, and my cardio wasn't there. My timing wasn't there, and he's just a fucking animal. And that was full kickboxing rules. So he's kicking the shit out of my legs. And, but yeah,
Fun stuff.
He reminds me who's dad in the gym.
Who?
He reminds you who's.
Oh
the dad
yeah.
in the gym.
Who's Big Pop in that bitch?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna tie you in here. So, you fighting, you eventually compete. You do your thing. Right?
Yeah.
Come on, talk some shit. What
Did
you do?
alright. I mean, they put me on to WK in 2011.
Okay.
Won that, and then really I graduated school after that, so I just got into the real world. Did another fight, lost that, and I haven't fought since.
And that's around the time I met you then, I guess.
Yeah.
Was that after that other fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that really definitely, I think, you can't be 1 foot out, 1 foot in and fight. You know what I mean?
Truth.
So,
yeah.
but from that, I got to kind of analyze the situation and everything, and I think that made me look at the game differently. So I think that I still wanted to stay in Thai, but coaching was the next thing to do,
Dope.
or helping out from there.
To be 100% honest, I felt like you had 50 fights. I thought he brought you from some other country or something. I swear to God, because your attention to detail, you were very calm. I remember when we first sparred. Now, I'm not a big guy, but I was bigger than you, and I was fatter too. And I remember when the first time, way fatter, but I'm talking like 230, 240. Fat.
really.
Fat
Put in a lot
titties.
of work to get down.
Titties, bro. I mean, the biggest, beautiful titties. They were actually impressive titties for a guy. They were like, every now and then I would take a shot. I was like, you know what? If I was a chick, I had some nice B cups. But I remember sparring with you and you having the self-control because I'm not young. I'm just young as far as my maturity in martial arts, and I'm wild. And you know, a lot of times you sparring with the young, wild dude, they can do shit not even trying to hurt you, like an overhand right this man crazy and off pace. And I hit you with something that was maybe like a low blow to the dick or something, and you were calm. You say, hey, man, relax. Calm down. And I've seen other people get fucked up in the situation, especially knowing, you know, the pedigree you come from. Like, you can actually fight. So I always respect you for that. I'm like, damn. I think after that, too, I found out you was a fucking kid. I'm like, yo, he could have whooped my fucking ass. But he had the patience not to. And then you, like, walked me through it, like what I did right, what I did wrong. So I knew you was a coach before you even maybe knew you was going to be a fucking coach. So I do my thing. I competed, but I'm always keeping my eye on the scene. And I'm hearing about this dude, and I'm seeing posts. And it's always you doing this. And somebody else like that. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And then I never find any videos of you, like, talking.
Yeah.
Which is even scarier now. That's that Fedor shit.
Yeah.
You always like, it's like this. Like this. It's never like, I haven't seen too many posts of you smiling too, bro. So I don't know if that's part of like the brand. It's working.
That's definitely not done on purpose. Because I mean, we're always geeking in the gym.
Take some fucking photos of it,
Yeah, I
man.
guess.
Take some videos.
Yeah,
so
we're
I
always
see you,
geeking.
and I'm like, what in the fuck? Who is this dude? And I think this wasn't always a part of my repertoire, but I always wanted to sit down and talk to you and geek it. But you know, when you're running around and you're trying to be other places. So when I finally got this space, I wanted to sit down and talk to you and talk about your rise, and not only where you at right now, but how did you meet him? So Towson Thai Box is where I met this motherfucker at. How did y'all run into each other?
So we definitely met at GCOM at Ground Control Owings Mills. That's pretty much my home base.
Okay.
So So yeah, but yeah, we're ground control guys. So I go to Rosedale, location. Like I've been going. Like my last fight camp, I fought in April. And my last camp, I was going there pretty much every Monday. But I'm mostly at our Owings Mill spot because it's like 3 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we met there. I came to ground control in 2013, but I already had 5 MMA fights, amateur ones. So I was training at a smaller spot. My buddy Rob McGraw was my coach at the time, but I came to ground control. I want to say it was like October of 2013, and I probably met him. I don't know, probably in the first 3 months of being there, so probably 2013.
Okay,
but it's funny we're talking about it because I was trying to pin back when we started working with each other, and I honestly can't really remember. Like I don't know if you figured it out.
Probably, I don't know the time for sure.
Just
when did you win WKA?
That was 2015, and I was working with Paul pretty heavy for that one.
But yeah, that's when we really linked up heavy.
It was like afterward. It was like during and then after.
Yeah, I was working in Virginia, so it takes me 3 hours to get to the gym. So
dude, I completely forgot about that shit. Working in Virginia.
You were driving 3 hours to get to the fucking gym? I'm a bitch.
Gotta love the game.
Yeah, man.
I guess I didn't let it go.
God
damn.
And that WK, that year was exciting because we had hella dudes on it. We had myself, Jake.
This is 2014 or 15?
15.
Okay.
I think we
that
actually
was the
met
same
at
year
that
then.
event. I'm pretty sure we met for the first time at that event.
Was deep.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah. That's
but it was Jake Dar. It was
Jake.
Matt Hauser did it. My buddy Manny. I don't know if you've ever met him.
I met Manny. Big ass Manny. Big black Manny.
Dude, he lost a serious amount of weight and was looking fucking good.
Did. Shout out Manny. Yes,
yeah, that's one of the coolest dudes on this planet right here. I love that dude.
He's a gentle giant for real.
But who else? No, Whitney had just started. She didn't fight.
Just watching.
Jesse just came in. Jesse won the year before. Jesse Stern did. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, like that was like one of those camaraderie ones, you know, that camp, because it was like, what, it was March, the fight was. Yeah. So we pretty much started balls deep into the grind like 1st of January. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely the scariest I've been was fighting was the old WKAs, the kickboxing shit. That made me nervous. For
let's talk about that. I was gonna go more into the genesis of you because we talked about your wrestling career.
Yeah.
But I like to always hear about fighters and dealing with their fear because the stereotype is that you guys are fearless, sociopathic. But often, if not all the time, there's always that fear, which also keeps you sharp. Mm-hmm. How was it dealing with that fear in your amateur career at the time in the WKA's kickboxing? Talk us through that.
So for my fights, pretty much from the jump, like from that small spot that I was training at before, there was a few guys who I guess they got the old adrenaline dump get to them just when they like hype themselves up, and by the time the fight comes, like you're pretty much already spent. Mm-hmm. So like I had that hammered into me, and like I had my first amateur fight a month after I turned 18, so I kind of grew up through the game mentally, but just like being as calm as possible. So typically my intentions are just to be as calm in the moment, you know, just soaking everything up. But for WKAs, that was like, because I grew up wrestling, so that was like one of those ones where it's like no option of takedown at all. Mm-hmm. And a funny story, so my buddy Saul, shout out to you, Saul. I haven't seen him in a minute, but he's one of like the best dudes to come out of ground control, really, who doesn't have that many fights. And I haven't seen him in a minute, but he fucks up pretty much everyone in the gym. So
make sure you point him out if we ever in a circle. So
yeah,
I know
for sure.
Who not to spar with.
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, the Black Mamba.
With the cornrows?
No, that's Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen Kevin for a while
too. Yeah. But so anyway, so he fucks up everyone, and it's like, so he's a lanky southpaw black dude. It's like, man, he just fucking murking me pretty much his whole camp. And then lo and behold, because I had a real problem with dealing with lanky guys, my first opponent, it looks pretty much spitting image of Saul, fucking shredded lanky black dude. And I was like, oh god, just fucking the last 9 weeks of him jabbing my face off. But yeah, we got through it though. But it was not a very technical fight at all. That one, I kind of let my emotions get the best of me. It was just getting in there and just fucking swinging leather. And then the finals, I can't remember. What was that gym called? Everyone was on their nuts with
Real Fighters.
Is that what it was?
Eric Haycraft's gym.
Oh shit!
Like no disrespect to them.
Dutch guys. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No disrespect, but like everyone, it seemed like was on their nuts with like just their team in general. But
did they come in with the matching tracksuits?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. I remember those motherfuckers. I said, "Who is this fucking double dragon looking shit?"
They're always
looking fresh though with the tracksuits. I'll give them that.
Making a presence at the big cards and tournaments.
But But that one I was like, that's probably one of my like I've had. I don't even know how many fights now total. Probably close to 20 fights total.
That was a tough fight though.
And that's
But,
Amy and professional.
Yeah, combined. But at any rate, the first one was not good. The second one I felt loose and was in the moment and I think I even threw a hook kick and shit, which is like a karate kick.
They had a similar build.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So-
Yeah,
it's
like
a
he was
more
just short and stocky, and I was just like, and I think because their whole thing, the first round, he's just defending, and I dropped his ass, and it was bullshit. They didn't give it to me, but I think he wanted me, like, thought that I was gonna just fucking piece him up, get tired. It was only 2-minute rounds, so and we were in real good shape for that. So that's pretty much what it was just 3 rounds of me just kind of whooping on him.
Well,
and-
wailing on him.
yeah, and that was that. But
He should have had a plan B. How did you deal? How did you deal with fear your first time around, and also how is it different now? You being a coach, having to help fighters get through it, because you're on that weird thing where you're on both sides now.
Real talk. I'm always fucking scared.
Yeah, all right. Talk about it.
Always.
Talk about it. Talk about
But if I am not scared, then I'm overconfident.
it.
So I'm okay with fear driving me that way. But as a coach, we're always nervous and anxious too,
Mhm.
for real, because it's still only them in the ring or whatever. But that's where you gotta be confident in all the time that you put in outside, like listening, and there's communication, there's actual physical work, and then making sure you understand your fighter's emotions too. So constantly kind of making sure you know how to get back to balance.
How do you, as a coach, so we know the reps, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the pad work, I've seen the drills, I've seen the strength and conditioning. How do you battle? Let's say you got a fighter who's a talent as far as the physical nature, but they're always in their head. What do you have as a coach? Are they drills or recommended readings or meditation techniques that you give them to maybe help conquer that fear so it's not debilitating?
I do. Like, I know in terms of, like, breathing, there's certain breathing exercises because you want to, even in between rounds.
Oh, yeah, y'all can sit back and take the mic with you if you want to. I know y'all motherfuckers be training and shit, man. We can go like this, look. Everybody just sit back and chill.
But, for, like, let's say, I got a bad back, man.
I'll
Bringing back fucks me up.
he's a contrarian.
But, yeah, like, breathing, that's a big thing. You practice that, get your heart rate back down. That's what you got the minute rounds for, right? And then, in terms of with the mental thing, that depends on how open you want to be with me.
So if they come to you, let's say they come to you. Say to me, you're married right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're married. You'll always be married. You guys gonna have a beautiful life. You're gonna die old somewhere on Mars. Look at that. You think it's gonna be Mars? Look.
It might be Mars.
Another version. He comes to you and says, "Listen, man, this is 2 weeks from the fight, one of the biggest fights of his life, right?" And he's like, "I think so and so cheated on me. Oh, I think I'm about to get divorced." What do you have in your motherfucking toolbox to deal with that shit? Because you understand this is his fight in the Bellator. This is his fight in the UFC. Everything you guys are trained for years, but now his girl's cheating on him. And you got to be able to talk him through it and keep him focused, but also be empathetic. Go.
Let's not make this super negative like that. But, like, me and him have had real conversations.
Okay.
Like, when he has life stuff go on. Like,
that's
but, so we got to just remind each other what the goal is.
Oh, just pop it.
in there. Word.
So, as long as you're open with me and honest, like, yo, I got shit going on, we'll figure out a way to work through it together or game plan. Unless you got something, like, you already got something contractually, like a fight or something. You're 2 weeks out. We got to just shut that shit out and get back on the game. But if it's outside the season, we can make adjustments. We can talk. But I rely on collaboration. So, as long as you're open with me, we work together to
Make it
you
work.
got to constantly adapt. The situation's not always going to be the same, and you got to keep changing game plans anyway.
Is that important for you to have a coach like that? Or, well, I assume so because you guys are rocking so tight. But or is there also benefits where it's like, listen, I just come to get my fucking work in. Don't ask me shit about shit else. I just need you to be the best coach to this. I don't want a life coach. I don't want a spiritual coach. Where do you sit at, I guess, and
definitely.
then what do you think maybe is the best way to
The
go?
opposite of it. Like he's almost like he's like coach and therapist sometimes too. Because I can be a grumpy motherfucker cutting weight in camp. Like I work a full time job. I do HVAC, so that's rolling on the body.
And it's manual, yeah.
So and I've only done manual labor, but so I bitch all the time, and and
you deal with it.
he's never once said anything like. He's always given me solid advice. There's been a couple times where, in so many words, he's like, "Stop being a pussy," but in elegant and digestible sound bites for sure. But nah, like him, all my coaches really, they know what's up 100, and he can read it. Like pretty much all my coaches can read it at this point. So I don't have to say if something's up, it gets addressed pretty quickly. But no, I couldn't imagine not having someone that I could vent to. You know what I'm saying? As like, just being on that same wavelength of, because the mental will effects I'll have if I have a rough day at work, I'm tired of shit, cutting weight, and I'm salty about it. That's gonna impact a workout negatively. So we're pretty good at kind of leaving our emotions at the door, but I'll bitch to them.
Every now and then.
Pretty much all
just mix it up, spice it up.
Yeah, every day, pretty much.
Pretty much every session before, after, and during.
Yeah.
All right. Now, another uncomfortable somewhat topic dealing with fighters is that there's a great chance of death in the ring, right?
Yeah, it scares the fuck out of me,
right?
man.
Or just dealing with life-changing, debilitating effects of fighting years after, right? But it's also the love to compete and the love to almost in a sick way of hurting somebody. Like, you don't always want to hurt that person, but you want to hurt that body type. You want to hurt that challenge. How the fuck do y'all deal with that? Because, to be honest, I started mid-20s, and outside of my injury, I always wanted to go back and compete, but it was like, okay, I work in a certain environment where I need certain tools. I can't get fucked up. Or watching Mike Perry last night, am I not man enough or am I fighter enough to deal with my nose being on this side of my face or one day dying? Obviously, there are people out there like yourself who are like, I'm up for that challenge. What makes you different from the regular person? Because you can go play basketball, you might tear ACL. It's not like you can go play basketball and you might fucking die today. Like, it's a reality with you guys. How do you deal with that aspect? Because you were talking about dealing with fear of not just like, I'm scared to fight. It's like, man, I can go in this motherfucker and I just zig when I'm supposed to zag and never wake up again. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's why I never really planned for after parties, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, there's a chance you motherfuckers won't see me again. So drink up without me. No. Yeah, it's, the sport is not a joke, It's, and I don't know what would make me different from like a basketball player or what. It's probably, I'm sure it's a mentality thing, but yeah, it's a risk, and I can't remember who I heard talk about it. I want to say it was actually John Jones. I could be wrong about how he kind of will go through every worst scenario in his mind, and I've definitely adopted that. It's one of the I mean, getting into the sport, my dream and my goal was to become a world champion, and it's at any cost, and we know what the risks are, Yeah. That's what I've been doing this since 17, 18 years old. It's like I know that, and I played football for many years, so.
That's another one. Yeah.
The CTE is real. The risk, I'm sure that I got something fucked up in my head, but I know I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've been dropped, because I've taken it, like when I first started, obviously. Like,
that's smart. So you actually got a little journal.
No, it's one of those mental things, but I can pick out every time I've been dropped in the gym. But I think it's like 5 or 6 times. But no, I'm definitely not. Like, your high favorite just came back at the age of 40. That's fucking nuts to me. Like, kudos to him.
He looked okay, too.
Absolutely. It was a great performance. But I could just have no desire
yet
at the age of 40 to be fucking fighting, really. So, like, I'm not in this for – my goal is to win a world title, have some defenses, and then
get out.
You'll never see me again, probably. Just buy a plot of land somewhere and –
I feel that, man.
Yeah, just go live in the woods or something.
I can see the beard being stupid fucking long.
Yep.
Now, on the other side, I want you to touch on this too, Coach. But on the other side, how do you feel about the chances of you could kill somebody? Now, ego being what it is, it's something sick about, I killed the motherfucker. Right? Especially when you detach it from their family crying, their daughter, oh my God, my dad. But like, I'm so bad I killed the motherfucker. But it's a reality that you can go out there doing your job. You grounding and pounding, and one of them shots land a little too hard. Brain swells up, coma, he's dead. How do you also deal with that? Sorry to be so dark.
This is dark, but
I haven't asked any fighters this question.
It's 100% a conversation that people are afraid of.
It's a chance you could kill somebody.
Absolutely, I would have. It is what it is. I don't think I would. I try not to attach any emotion to it if it happened. To be honest, it's a willing participant, and that's really
they signed up for it.
It's one of those things. When I go into a fight, I want to fucking murk that person. You know what I'm saying?
You really?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's eliminate them.
Look at y'all face here.
Eliminate them before they're trying to do the same fucking thing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Really trying to do it?
So I think it was, what's it, Mushashi's book, Book of Five Rings, he had a
I gotta
quote.
read that fucking
The
book.
I only read like the Cliff Notes
Okay.
version.
I
I don't
need
have
to
like
read that shit. I ain't even read that one.
I don't know if it's Cliff Notes, but I know that there's one like from back in the day that had much more in it. But it was the enemy is nameless and faceless. So it's like essentially you're trying to take out a vessel. So I'm sure it would be fucked up if you killed someone, but I don't know if I'm sure I'd feel bad. I don't know though.
Yeah.
That's why it's a willing participant, you know.
How do you feel now as a coach? Sending someone you obviously love. This your man. This ain't some dude you met last week and you just signed up for a class. This is somebody you know his family. You know him, and you're sending him into an arena, a gladiator arena of sorts, right? Where it's a chance that he might not come back the same, or you could be a willing participant in the murder of someone else.
Vicarious damage.
Yeah, like you taught him the technique
There's always that
that
worry.
killed that dude.
Always that worry, right? But got to be confident in not just the work that we put in,
Right.
but in terms of hurting someone else or getting hurt. That's why we got refs in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what they're getting paid for.
Delegate it.
So,
Yep.
so for me, I don't think of getting hurt. I don't want those negative vibes in general. There's always that possibility. Any other sport, any other non-contact sport, you can step funny and hurt your knee.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
They're just as bad. So realistically, you're gonna get hurt regardless.
It comes with it's part of the parameters of the game.
So
Yeah,
I don't think twice about it. Don't need those negative vibes. Stick to the game plan.
And I also heard Boss Rutan talk about it, like when he broke down, like simply, like what's the worst that could happen? Like, yeah, you can get your arm broken in an arm bar, and it's like that would suck, but you'll be fine in like 6 weeks, or you get knocked out. He was like, you probably won't feel in the moment, and there's probably gonna be some damage down the road. So like when you break it down, and all those are extreme, but you broke it down, it's like pretty simple, I guess, you know. But also that John Jones thing, when you think about the worst that can happen, accept it, and then I don't even pay it any mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was powerful for me.
You're also not beating up a person who's like, like you just fucking up an old lady.
Yeah,
This
for
is
sure.
somebody who's trained, who's put in the time, and is really be able to almost do the same thing to you, if not worse. So I guess when I look at it, it sucks as just being a spectator. Like, fuck, man. Like, sometimes I sit up late at night, and I'm like, am I sick? Like, what kind of psychological profile do I have that when I watch two people almost kill each other, it gives me, like, electricity? What the fuck is wrong with me? Is something wrong with us? I don't think so, right?
It's been going on forever, man.
That's that primitive shit right there for sure.
That's like day
100%.
one shit, right?
Absolutely. Because, I mean, you got to think, civilized society is so young. And it was a, kill or be killed for most of human existence. So that shit's still
It's still in us.
still
regardless of
way
society and all
way hardwired in us. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's interesting, kind of relating to that primal aspect of, just ancestry in general. It's 100% why people like fighting. You know?
I thought you said why white people like fighting. I said why I gotta be a race thing, bro?
No, why? No racial comments over here, man.
Hey Joe, I feel like you got something to say about that. You got anything else you want to add to that?
Man, that's what we all love. Competition. That's why people love football. But there's nothing more raw than hand-to-hand combat. Nothing. You love it.
100%.
I got my wife loving it. I'm a
That's
sick
why
fuck.
people jump out their seats, right? And MMA with little gloves. It's It's brutal.
It is. I tell you what, the one time I haven't been squeamish in a while, but when Mike, you haven't seen that fight, have y'all?
Just the pictures of after.
You got this motherfucker deserves so much credit. So first of all, at the time of the fight when his nose got fucking cracked, y'all seen the photos, right? You didn't know that would happen. You thought he got caught or barely got caught. So he fights through a submission and his fucking blood coming out of his face. And I thought maybe he's got a nasty cut. His nose was fucking.
Yeah, dude.
He
Question mark.
Oh, imagine the pressure and the pain he was going through. He puts his thumb up, hitting the dude, just fucking fighting. I got so much respect. I got so much respect for you guys, man. So I thought that was something I could bring up. That's the first. We're gonna clip that shit and talk about it some more.
It's a very real aspect, and I hope that anyone who's involved in this understands it. You know what I'm saying? 100%. It's very real risk. That was always sketched to me, like on the amateur circuit. You see some dudes, that are like they brand them as independent, or that means that they're like training in their garage. You know what I'm saying? And I saw this one dude at a when it was Operation Octagon,
Okay.
Cagezilla, and this one dude had no business and got straight fucked up, knocked out in the first round. It's terrifying, man.
That is scary.
You know, you got to know the risks. Like he had like some basketball shorts on with the
They
pockets.
should have got his ass out of here. Fam.
With the pockets.
I'm like, oh, that's what you wearing, bro? No, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
It was terrible though. But yeah.
No, we should actually talk on that. It should be like you know, when you go to the club, you can't get in the club, but you got a certain dress code. Like, you don't belong here.
Well, that's
if
what
you
the
show up to an event like that, it's like, nah, fam, let me hit the pad real quick.
That's what the sanctioning is for, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that's why they still could have he's still technically just an 0-0 fighter. They could have put him with someone who's 1-0, anywhere up to probably 3-0. The state will approve it. But it just...
Bro, it should be a rule.
To get
if you got
licensed,
basketball
you sign,
shorts on, you cannot
absolutely.
fight. No.
Take a seat.
Or, you know what's so kind of crazy about it? Sometimes those motherfuckers are the ones that, like beasts. Like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you couldn't wear shorts, but I've been training the Fedor videos for 10 years, and I'm a whiz to this shit. You like, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe
I
you
don't
got to
know
show
if
me a kick or
that's
something.
ever happened. I don't know if that's ever happened. I'm
You know what it
skeptical.
makes me remind me of, though?
What?
Remember Black Rob?
Yeah!
He
Fucking
right
Ninja
off the
Rob!
street, right off the street. Had
Fam,
chain,
see,
one
that's,
hitter quitter.
I know I did.
Yeah. Was fucking people
First
up.
of all, he looked
And
like a
at the
goddamn.
beginning, he just knocking people out.
Yeah.
So say it is something to it. But
Yeah, for sure.
Athleticism is a free.
it's also one in probably a million.
And
You
some
can't
people
judge it
have
by
just
your
that weird power, you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point,
That,
Rob.
that fuck you power. Just
God damn, basketball.
Who would you say the hardest hitter you sparred with in your tenure was?
Fuck. I didn't like to get hit, so I really got hit flush, and it wasn't because I was the smoothest. I would make sure I didn't get hit. Paul woke me the fuck up. Stickles woke me the fuck up.
Stickles fucks up
Stickles
everyone.
woke me. Stickles, you fuck. Stickles woke me, and guess what he woke me up with? Inside leg kicks.
Every
Yeah.
time. That's all.
That's funny you said
It
that.
wasn't, he didn't hurt my head. Which I
That
love
is-
him for.
The legend. It's all.
I've never felt an inside leg kick with that much snap
My
to it.
fucking God. Because we were sparring, he's laughing, you know, that fucking Stickles laugh. And whop! And I think it was one of your classes too, and we were talking something about a game face. I said, don't let him show you it hurts.
Fuck that.
But it hurts so bad. He just kept,
Once he sees that spot it hurts, he hits it over.
I
and
miss that
over
sick fuck.
And over.
I actually had a pretty
I miss
profound
Chris.
career moment against Stickles is when I knew that I was really progressing it was down our Rosedale spot. We just moved, but it was down at the old one. And yep, Tuesday night sparring used to be there, and I sparred Stickles, and afterwards we were doing our lap, and I was like, you know what, man, that wasn't that bad at all. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm finally starting to fucking make it in this sport.
I never had that moment.
He was like the gatekeeper, man.
And he was just like, I think it was his first time training in a while, so he kind of, I was in camp and shit, but I'm sure he still
He's a bad.
put on. But that
motherfucker,
fucking
man.
inside leg kick is brutal. That nerve
Nasty.
spot, man.
One of the few
Nasty.
guys that has dropped me.
Yeah.
Not from the inside leg, but to the liver.
Oh,
The
yeah,
same
well,
leg.
shit. That's just
That's
what it
pendulum shit.
is.
It's either inside leg or to your liver.
I've
He's
gotten
nasty.
dropped with one or two weird body shots, like Kevin with the cornrows. He caught me with just a perfect, no wind up at all, straight right, and it was just straight right down the pipe, and that sat me right down. I love body shots. I think it's so neglected in MMA, like
It
the
is.
boxing to the body.
And if you like headhunting, that's the first way to open that motherfucker up. Start early, too. I started early when I did it. Because I knew you was going to be taller than me. I said, okay, I got something for you. I'm going to tickle your ribs a little bit.
Everyone shells up like that.
Yeah, tickle them ribs. Bam, bam. Now they
Especially-
doing this.
Ooh, banging shit. The small gloves, the jab to the body fucking kills. I've gotten jabbed a
Ooh.
couple times in fights to the body where it's like, ooh.
One more. It's
Yeah.
time to take a shit. That's funny. Yeah, Stickles. That evil motherfucker. Stickles, Paul. Who else was? Jake was always a sweetie to me. Jake, I got a lot of my spawn when I first came in. Big Jake at
Yeah.
Towson Tire Box, but he was always gentle. He was always a
Really?
sweetie pie. Yeah.
I can't say I've ever had that experience.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Sparring him.
see, you're a fucking monster. See, with me, I think I'm joking. I'm the guy who came in with a suit.
Mhm.
I ain't really about this motherfucking life. So they just play with me. We crack jokes and
He
shit.
knows how to control himself.
He's a
Yeah,
lot of fun to
he's-
spar, man. I love sparring.
Yeah, he
Jake.
can take
It's
a
been
licking,
It's
too.
been too long.
That fucking take a licking.
But that's that motto, man. There's some
Yeah.
things you can't teach at Four
That's-
Corners, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that heart in that motherfucker.
Yeah, Jay got it. Sick bitch, he got it.
But yeah, what about you? Hardest hitter?
It's hard for me to say because, like, for me, it's either I gotta think of
Get up on that.
pads.
Get up on that, coach.
I gotta think about pads or something because
Oh,
at the same time, no one tries to kill me. Cause
Right.
little. But Paul, in terms of eating leg kick, Paul's got the hardest one. Everyone else
Mhm.
is held back for the most part, but
Yeah,
I gotta
Paul.
think on pads, man.
Paul's up. Stickles is nasty on pads too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Stickles is nasty. I don't know. I've seen Paul do so much work. I've seen Paul spar more. Fucking Rob wasn't no joke though. I ain't like sparring Rob, but like Rob, we were talking about because he was so unorthodox. He was a basketball player, martial arts, short weight mother. Like he's not gonna do 1, 2 off on.
Just
he'll
weird
do like
shit.
and like hit you. He like what? And it's full power. And not full power isn't like a bad sparring partner, but like this motherfucker's 3% body fat and he's 200 pounds at 5'11". It's like he hit you with anything is gonna hurt. So yeah, that sucked.
You ever spar Vince?
But see, this is so weird. I'm in a boat with you. I've sparred pretty much everybody, but he's not going to spar me like he might spar somebody who's 200 pounds, you know? So I spar, we throw a few jabs, I land something. He says, he gives me a leg kick. But it's not like spar.
That's what I'm thinking of heavy hitters that I've sparred. Vince is definitely up there on that list.
This is why you have 2 fucking belts and you're the champ.
Pat was when he was on recently.
I never fought. I never sparred.
No, he was on the show. Pat was.
Yeah.
That motherfucker hits crisp too.
I keep hearing it.
Yeah, like
I've seen some shit too.
For would you say like the last year or so?
Couple years.
For like the last 1 or 2 years, we've kind of like been putting this hybrid MMA program together.
Okay.
Like, so it's like Pat who bounces around, but he's a conquest and level up guy, and then Rob Sullivan was coming up for sparring. So Jerome who bounces around, Featherstone, but it's been great, man. Working with that's what really has moved the needle. I think it's just that quality of sparring partner. Everyone's getting better. And I don't even know if it's been 2 years since we've had this unit, but people have been fucking making some serious gains, and I think there's a lot of untapped talent kind of in this area that just a few more years, blow the fuck up.
How is important? I'm glad you said that. So it looks like you got a bunch of killers that you move with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fighting is so crazy because you gotta feel like you're the lion sometimes, but you gotta also understand that you can be a prey, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So you're bringing people in who could any other night, it could be you or them, and you take a win, they take a loss, vice versa. But it's also important because if you want to get better, you can't always be the best guy fucking up everybody.
Yeah.
How is that on the ego, knowing that you got a fight camp? I always wonder that. You got a fight camp coming up, and you go out and you're choosing people who emulate the style of the fighter, but also can fuck you up. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
How weird is that? I never been in that situation.
Honest.
Yeah.
Like you got to like that motherfucker bad, and I know we're gonna have some wars.
Yeah.
Calculated wars.
That's kind of how when you were saying emulate stuff. That's kind of what we do. Is like say Jesse's fighting, or like he just fought Scott Heckman, wrestler, whoever, just doing his rounds. They're gonna do the boxing to the takedowns or whatever. So yeah, everyone tries to emulate styles, which kind of opens up your mind too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not like. The way we do it with ours is Shark Tank style. So like I'll be in. Yeah. So you're getting a fresh dude every 2.5 minutes.
Fuck that. Who made that shit up?
I don't know.
The devil.
We've been doing it since
the
dawn of
fucking
time,
devil.
Really.
Yeah, I don't know any other way.
Oh, Jesus
that shit
Christ.
sucks.
Oh, it sucks.
But so you're not like being a good partner. That dude's gonna be fucking gassed out. So you're not teeing off on him when you definitely could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can see it.
So, Tuesday night's a little bit different. That's like the gritty practice for us because that's like. Mackin runs it. We do 3 5-minute stand up, just stand up, no takedowns or nothing. So that shit's tiring, and then you do hell. Yeah, you should come up on a Tuesday.
I said Tuck.
You should. Like Pat's up there. My boy Big E is up there from Conquest.
Okay.
I think he's coming up next week. You would enjoy it though, but yeah, it's almost like watching us fight, because we fucking go at it on Tuesdays.
I think I really want to go see it.
But yeah, it's definitely you gotta have a short memory. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been. Many times where you get pieced up by your partners, and that's something he's helped me work through is I'll hang on to a bad practice and just get I'll lose sleep over it and get salty but
if you're fighting at this level or for this amount of time, you're going to have a bad practice.
Yeah, of course.
It's just inevitable.
Yeah, it's just I'm salty
it can not even be skill, right? It could be like you just had a bad fucking day and that person had a great 8 hours of sleep and no problems at work.
But you definitely gotta have a short memory when you bring in those people who are up to your level, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to the homie Skylar. I don't know if you've ever seen him fight, but he's been a huge part of our team, and he's a beast. I think he's about to blow up because he's super talented.
Nice.
35, right?
No, he's 45.
45?
Yeah.
Ooh. What's he walk around at? 170?
I don't think he cuts much weight.
Okay.
I don't know if he gets above 65.
Okay, cool.
Real good Thai boxing, too. Long, lanky.
But yeah, shout out to him. He's the man. Did you go to the last Shogun?
No,
in
I
April?
haven't been in the last couple. No, was he fighting on there?
Yeah, he fought.
Okay.
But that fight and the fight before, I think, like he was fucking the dude up the whole fight. And
Who you mean two the same night? Or?
no, like
Oh, okay.
same situation is he
fuck?
threw a leg kick like with 10 seconds left, both this fight and the one before, I think, and broke his foot or fucked his foot up. I'm pretty sure both of them were
Foot
like
on shin or something? Was
yeah. Actually, I don't know about the second one, but I know the one before that, it was like 10 seconds left. He threw a leg kick, and it was just like his foot was
You know
fucked.
that bad intention shit. You
Yeah.
just keep going.
But he's got brutal leg kicks. But yeah, he should have came out, man. There's a lot of good fights.
be broke, bro. Be trying to build a podcast set. Like, fuck, I'm broke again this paycheck. It's fucking cameras. I'm gonna get out there though.
They always put on a good show. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So, what are some of the plans? Obviously, you're doing your thing. You're the double champ, right? Was it 145 and 155?
Yep.
How did that feel when you get that second belt on your shoulder? And how do you feel about? Well, let's not go there. Let's get that.
What?
No.
You don't want to? All right.
We ain't this one. But what I would do want to talk about is how did it feel to get the second belt? Do you feel like you're closer to that dream of one day being in the pro leagues? And do you have a preference?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, to be honest, I don't want to sound cynical, but I like never really paid the belts too much. You know what I'm saying?
Come over here. I'll hold them for you.
No, they're at the gym. That's a blood bought spot over there. But I don't know. I never thought I was like, this dude's tough. Be a real good measuring stick. And that was going up from because I hadn't fought in 55 in a while. But no, I didn't really think about the belt at all. It was good getting the first round knockout because that dude was super tough. So, but it's crazy. That was my first like straight KO. It's a pretty fucking crazy feeling, man.
How does it feel? Yeah, that's another good question.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Hey, how does it feel
To
knock someone the fuck out?
Dude, I felt like a fucking huge boss right afterwards. I'm not gonna lie. Never felt like more of a pimp in my life. You know what I'm saying?
You walk to the bedroom,
Just because I
swinging.
like people who spar me know that I love the uppercut. That's what I caught him with, and I just think it's such a beautiful punch. And there like wasn't much wind up, and I fucking love the uppercut.
How
But
did it feel when it cracked against your hand? Like sometimes I hear that you don't even feel it.
yeah, that's he was down. It was happening so just rushing for the kill. But I don't know. And like afterwards, it was like, man, it sounded even more cynical. And it's like that definitely easily could have been me. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of took him a while to come to. And it's like, oof. Like I said, it's not a fucking game, this sport, you know? It's but it was cool. Definitely way better than the alternative would have been. So.
All right, so this is where we get a little crazy with the not
All
safe ear section. This is a little crazier. Now, when you went home that night, no, listen, and you was with a person, a hypothetical person, did you feel stronger in the bedroom? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna knock your ass out too. I'm knocking everybody out. Daddy knocking everybody out.
Nah, dude, I think I just went home.
Well, I'd have been butt naked with my dick. I'd have woke it up first. You know, you gotta wake it up first.
Yeah.
I'd have woke it up. Well, maybe you don't gotta wake it up. Maybe you're a grower short. I'm a grower. So you gotta wake it up first, belt, and I'll say, you see these fucking hands, man? See these hands?
I think we got some
kiss
pizza.
my hands.
Got some pizza.
You're a
We're
real fighter,
watching-
bro. I can't be a fighter.
We were watching something dumb on Netflix, but nah, nothing epic happened. No.
You ain't like wake up every morning.
I probably felt. I honestly every time I just fucking gorge myself and just feel like absolute shit afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have.
Just eat.
Yeah, but no, yeah, the food is always first, man. Pizza Palace, I think, is what it was.
Pizza Pal, they got a good buffalo chicken pizza over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Damn
you
right
know
they
that?
do.
Yeah, my man.
I may have actually got that because I always get the small because anything more than that's so rich. You know what I'm saying? That shit'll fill you up.
Get the extra cheese. Now, god damn, you're humble, man. If I would be carnivore worse. I think, and I don't mean it in like the racial shit or like but if I knock somebody with an uppercut, I would walk around the house the whole day just like this.
Nah.
See this? Go to that fucking room. Bust that ass open. Go ahead. Yeah. Daddy wants some head tonight.
I just knew.
See this? You see this? I fucking knock somebody out with this shit.
I'm just so worried about like if
Not
I
being
were
an
to
asshole.
no, if I were to get the whole head getting big and then getting fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that,
that's the thing.
like that almost karmic poetic justice.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
It's your turn.
I try to keep it low key after shit like that, you know.
Do you not have sex before, after, before a fight, leading
Dude,
up?
in the amateur days, I was sketching at like I did the whole boxing style, and then I
Yeah.
read an article and I was like, this is bullshit.
Give me that pussy.
I typically don't have the energy the fight week too. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's actually there's been 2 times in my life. One because I was shit faced drunk, and then it was like 2 days before my first cut down to 45, where I had a hard time getting it up, and that was like man, fucking weight cut
Little limp
definitely. It wasn't full limp, but it was not.
it wasn't.
I was asking a lot of. I was asking a lot of. I felt bad for my wife. I really did. I felt bad for my wife afterwards.
Hey, that's always fun. Yo, all right, let's stay right the fuck there.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you gonna fucking talk? Goddamn it! You got some goddamn I feel bad moments. So, how is it, man? I've had some moments, bro, where I'll get up and make dinner. I'm like, oh, I feel really fucking bad. Do y'all go? Of course you go. Do you go through that, or you just 100% supreme confident in everything you do in life, including fucking?
No, man, it goes up and down, man. You
It goes
know,
up, it goes,
just gotta
literally.
be honest about it, man, and I'll just roll with it and just.
What's your favorite go-to? It's like, oh man, we had a hard training session. I'm a little tired, baby. You just throw him under the bus. That's what I would do. I'm like, look, man, he really wore me out today.
For what?
Like if I couldn't get it up in the bedroom or some
yeah.
shit, I'm like, yeah, fucking Tuck, man, got this fight coming. I couldn't. You ain't never blaming on him before?
Maya just bust my balls, man. She straight up.
She like
And
the type.
then I'm like, man, fuck. So let me make it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Eat that ass.
No, there has been. I mean, there's definitely been times where I'm like, where I have to fucking, where I'm like passing on shit like a pussy, but just because I'm so tired, as fucking lame as it sounds.
I see you got a healthy beard there.
It's laziness, man. How's it looking?
Oh, that's
Straight.
Is it just laziness, or do you do any kind of natural chemicals? Or
No, so like when I get my hair cut, she'll kind of shape it up a little
Okay.
bit, and then I have to fucking make this mustache hangs over my lip. It is gross, so I'll maintain that. Other than that, I don't do nothing to it.
nothing to it.
No,
You don't go.
it's straight laziness. I almost prefer to shave face, but
Okay. You know the stereotype about fighters, right? They freaky as shit.
yeah, I've heard that.
And we got a question that we always ask here on the show.
Dude, I was sweating this question. I've been sweating this. I was like, man, I sure hope my in-laws don't listen to this.
No. So you know what? Let's just stay right there. I think I understand where you're going with this, and I think I feel you.
What's that?
You definitely do it.
I'll leave you with a quote from Joe Rogan.
Please.
So, I'm pretty sure it was him, but if you don't eat your girl's ass, someone else will.
God
So,
damn it, that was perfect. That was perfect.
so absolutely.
I agree. Someone else will eat that ass. So you might as well eat it. Listen, you heard it, tough man. It's nothing wrong with eating ass.
Nah, fuck no.
You feel the same way? Do you at least like Joe Rogan's quote?
For sure.
All right, okay. I dig.
Maya's
I dig.
okay with this, so she stamps this message.
It's a gentleman's move, really.
Now, okay, check this out. I'm gonna flip it. What if your lady came to you and said, "I'm gonna eat your ass"? I'm gonna spice it up.
Ooh.
Now you got the ball suck, right? You got the ball suck. All right, listen, this is not safe for ears. Come on, I gave y'all some solid shit. Fall back. Got the ball suck. Then you got the taint suck, right? You got the little.
I've never experienced the
Woo!
taint.
Oh, you're missing out, my friend.
Woo! You gonna win 3 belts if you get that taint lick, boy. Get that
I
taint
don't
lick.
know, man.
You don't know.
I feel
You
like-
will one day.
I don't know how I view my wife afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could ever
That's a
look
great
at her the
question.
same.
Really how you look at yourself, because you could be like, fuck.
I'm afraid I might like it, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be like a requirement.
Like every fight, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, the old taint lick. You got to do the old taint lick. But if your girl comes to you and says, hey, look, you like the taint? You like that? Cool. I'm going to go a little further south. I'm going to do a little rim
I feel like
tracing.
if she's down for it, I mean, fuck
Let's
yeah,
go.
I'd probably be down for it. Why not? But I don't know. That'll never happen. She's a woman of class. Just kidding. Not hating on the ladies who do like.
You know, all you thoughts out there.
Yeah, it's
all
all
you
right.
thoughts
Teach
eat
her
ass,
own.
you fucking tram horse.
To each her
Not
own.
his lady.
Always.
Yeah, my wife has ate my ass. She never will. I got too much ass here, so.
That's what I worry about too. I
Yeah.
feel like I should definitely
It's-
maintain it beforehand. Maybe go get
Yeah,
a
a little manscape.
little bleach action beforehand. Like really
overrated.
make a date of it.
I think, like you were saying, I would look at it differently. I know how my ass look. I don't know, but I got a good
Have a good
imagination.
feeling.
Ugh. It's okay, baby. You can sit this one out. I might get to suck my toes one day, though.
I'm so ticklish. You remember 40-Year-Old Virgin when he kicks
Yes,
the girl?
yes.
That's
You
what I'm worried about.
You ain't not gonna fucking take out.
I'm worried about that.
I might get to suck my toes. What else I might get to do?
What about the old rusty trombone? You know what that is?
Yeah, that's when
The
from
reach
back.
around?
All right,
Yeah.
so listen, for those who don't know, the rusty trombone is when they eating your ass, but they reach around and jerk off your dick.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I can't. People have actually done it Because I was like, I think someone told me about it like probably my 10th grade year. It's like there's no way. I thought it was one of those urban dictionaries that people just throwing shit at the wall. Then my buddy showed me a video of a girl
him
just
doing it.
fucking. I was like, I
Oh!
can't believe people actually
That's
do
somebody's
this shit.
wife right now
Yep.
with kids.
Yep, 100%. Hey,
God damn.
people are into weird shit, man.
Well, see, listen.
Who are we to judge?
With me, it'd more like the stance. Like, what kind of fucking stance would I have? Do you stand up straight? Because then it's look
Probably
weird.
you're standing up. The video I saw, he was standing up straight.
You probably got.
And she was like kind of on. Yeah, you got it a little bit.
A little bit. So then the more you bend, the weirder it gets.
I'm short. I gotta bend over a lot.
You gotta bend over a lot.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I would have talked to that woman who's down for that. Just kind of pick her brain a little bit, you know.
She's a fucking CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
You talking about this class shit? She's like the next presidential candidate. And
Yeah,
she
did you
was
ever hear-
tromboning motherfucker?
I can't remember the girl's name, but I listened to her on Rogan about the girl who like she gets paid from like the super type A personality dudes to like do weird shit in the
Yeah,
mail,
like dirty
wear
underwears and
like
shit,
wear
shit.
socks for 3 days, and they pay big money for that. And she says like 99% of them are like those high-driven CEO fellas.
I have no problem with some old perv dude telling me he wants to smell my old socks. How do y'all feel about that?
I do it. Fuck it.
Some rich investor, right? You
If
know.
he wanted my socks, I
It's
don't
like,
know. I don't know how far
I
I'd
want
be.
your cup.
Ooh,
I want fresh. He meets you at practice every day.
no, there
This
would
is the
have
weird guy.
no
It's like,
physical,
hey, your cup.
no physical contact.
I want your cup.
It'd have to be a male thing.
Yo,
I
you
think that's what
ain't
she
gotta
did.
touch him. You don't even gotta give it to him directly.
I don't want to
You
see
can
the. I don't want to see.
You don't wanna see him?
I don't want to see who it's going to.
Check this out. He comes to your gym. He's your fake investor, right? But he's really get your cup. You got to see him. $1,000 per cup.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, he's like,
Dude, are you kidding me?
I'll take photos with him.
That's what I'm
And shit.
saying.
Hey, he's my man, cup grabber.
I wouldn't have to work full time. You know what I'm saying? I'd be just living off
Where
that
you got your
cup
money
money.
from,
You
man?
know?
Just shit and piss.
Those
in my
cups
cup.
are kind of expensive though. I get a sponsorship from Diamond, the cup
Oh, yeah?
company. No, I'm saying I could.
Oh yeah, you have
Because
to
I'd be
good.
going through them like crazy. But yeah, man.
That's right.
Diamond is the way to go though. If you are looking for a cup, they make the best one in the market, I think.
Is that the one, that's versus the traditional Thai cups, right? The metal cups, right?
Yeah, I could
Like
never
Christmas
get down.
choices.
I never
I
got like the
heard about that, yeah.
traditional, like the thong style one. That's what Paul wears, doesn't
That's
it?
what I wear, too.
Yeah.
The thong. Oh,
Yeah,
I
if you
can't.
It's
feel like you got
wide.
something in your ass, apparently, I'm not. I'm not down for that shit.
John, like something in his ass. What you trying to say?
I'm not.
Hey, but we're not judging.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's all good. He can still fight. He
Good
can still
coach.
fight.
Yep.
So where do y'all see yourself taking this? You got enough fight lined up? What's going on?
I don't have anything.
They scared?
No,
No, they scared, bro.
probably scared. But
They scared.
so I actually had to take a little bit of time off. My back was fucked up, but
Oh.
I'm feeling way better, feeling good. So I want to say 3 weeks ago I started easing back into shit, but yeah, like it sucks. A lot of people don't know as far as like the regional shit. You got other shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I do HVAC, so we're busy as shit. So it's kind of it's fucking tough to do the both of them. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just being able to dedicate myself to training, but so I don't know. We're starting to slow down at work, which is nice.
Okay.
That summer rush is ending. Maybe October. October would be perfect for me. But if something good comes up beforehand, I gotta get my cardio is a little. It's not great, but like I said, I had to take damn near a month off because my back's all fucked up.
Coach, where you see him taking this? How far you see him going with this? Act like he's not here.
He's got the dream.
got the
He's committed. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get many guys that are just.
Get that up on you.
You don't have a lot of guys that just constantly show up to work. And he's been true to his dream from the jump. So I'm just taking whatever steps, whatever opportunities next. We're with it.
With it. Bellator, UFC.
UFC
One.
champion.
What if,
Yeah.
what if one say, come on, living He's part of the world.
I'd have to see the contract, like how long. For me, it's mostly probably for vanity, but it's always been kind of UFC is the goal. So I don't know, and like and obviously with Bellator, it's a more interesting climate, but you do have to take money into consideration, unfortunately. But
What weight class you see yourself if you would go to the UFC?
probably 45.
45.
Yeah. I wouldn't be when I get older. Start putting on that grown man strength.
Mhm.
You see myself like I felt really fresh at 55, but I think I have a big advantage at 45.
Right. Body type somewhat similar.
Yeah, yeah.
You still run into some tall dudes, but you might not run into those almost 170ers at
Yeah.
155. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I felt good at 55. I'm short, but my arms are deceivingly long. So I think at 55
hearing
helps
about
me.
that, too.
Yeah, it's like I got a weird reach, like salad fingers. You remember that? Kind of got the salad arms going on. But yeah, UFC. I'm thinking by next summer. That's really my goal is to be signed. So I feel good. Like my body feels good. I'm really hungry because I mean, sometimes you hit those fucking lapses of motivation, but I feel hungry as a motherfucker right now. Body's responding good to training, feeling sharp. So I sparred pretty much like my second week back, and I felt pretty good. My timing's not there, but went up to Baltimore and went with all those studs over there.
Right. Your back at least felt okay.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah,
kind
it
of
feels way better.
old injuries coming back up.
So maintaining, taking care of myself.
Putting the dreams out in the atmosphere, man.
Yep.
True indeed. How important is I see some of the same things you're repeating, the dreams and envisioning and putting it out there. Is that as much? Do they gotta see it and believe before it's even there? Is that important to you, especially as a coach? I'm constantly reminding them what we're doing this for and how it's going to play in the future.
You gotta believe in your own hype, but you gotta put in the work too with the hype. So,
the work is just as important, if not more.
So whenever people talk about it being 99% mental and everything, it really is. You gotta see yourself winning. You gotta trust the whole process. So physical is just one. If you just go through the motions and not really be focusing on that goal, then you're just going through motions and not taking anything away from it. So as long as you got a goal, man, you just got to keep working and then keep seeing it, keep thinking on it. You got to kind of obsess about it.
Do you find yourself, do you think you will be like one of those, Wink Jackson fucking,
Man,
super trainers? Is that where you see yourself? Because I know you have a job, as we all do, outside of this, our passion. But as he continues to grow and maybe one day he can get enough income from just fighting, do you want to also be, oh, man, I'm going to have a gym one day and it'd be Vools?
It's always been a thought, and then I know my wife's an educator as well. We've seen how a lot of the boxing programs around here work with inner city and things like that. So we've talked about doing something to give back to the community. For me, with the coaching thing, fell into it. Fighting fell into it. But as an athlete and from the connections I've made, I just like the impact. You know what I mean? So if I can help someone achieve their dream of getting a championship, that's cool. Losing weight, you've been on your game. You know what I mean? You just kept working.
I was so fat. I'm gonna show you a photo.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
Amazing. We were fat together too, bro.
Really?
Yeah, whatever I do, she do. She was fat as fuck with me.
Well, that's good that you guys got it together.
We got together.
That teamwork is awesome. I see it.
We trying, man. We trying. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get you out of here, man? Number one, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having us, man.
First interview, man. I'm nervous as shit.
This is your first interview? Yeah. You had to talk about ass eating. It's all good. It's all good. Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about? You want to plug?
Can I put a plug on?
God damn it! Yeah, you can.
Shout out to my homie Dan Brover who made it happen. But I've been working with this CBD company called Lost Range CBD, and they got a rub that is no joke. No joke. You see, I mean, I've taken some CBD products like the tincture or whatever. Notice because I get some inflammation in my elbow from wrestling. But at any rate, this shit is fucking primo, and the rub is legit. So it's Lost Range CBD is the company.
Okay.
And the promo code for 15% off is Top Gun 15. So that's Lost Range CBD. Check them out on Instagram. Get yourself some good CBD oil. I mean, like I said, it's the best shit I've ever tried. And I think I've tried probably 5 or 6 brands. So I got a decent sample size.
Okay.
So I'm really excited that we've been working together. So that's it. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, let's stay there real quick. Potency, because I'm glad you talked about it.
Yeah.
We went to get our vapes filled up the other day, and they were talking about how they sell that, and they were talking about different potencies.
Yeah.
So, perfect. That type of injury, what potency or percentage would you recommend for someone versus someone who just wants to deal with maybe some light inflammation or anxiety?
So,
like if you got a bad injury and you need something to help deal with it.
Yeah, I've noticed, like, if I do heavy amounts, and they've done studies on sleep that, like, heavy amounts is good for quality of sleep. I can't remember which stage of it, but... So in the morning, like I do like less, and that's what I've noticed, because they have a couple different levels of their product as far as the milligram percentage. I can't remember what the last one I did. So I go a little bit on the lower side on in the mornings, and then at night I take probably 2 droppers full.
Okay.
Mix it in with some tea, and that definitely helps with my sleep. I've noticed in my recovery. So, but yeah. They have all that information there, and they send out when they sent me this stuff, they broke down all like the levels of their ingredients and all that, and it's all natural product. So I fuck with it hard. Go grab some.
I'm gonna have to check it out because I give them the money. I can send it to you. Use your code, and we all get some love off of it.
I appreciate it, man.
All day. We'll talk more about that. Anybody else you want to shout out, talk about, talk shit? Somebody who's slacking in the gym? WK's coming up.
Nah, man,
Who's slacking, coach?
Everyone's been working.
Everybody
man.
doing
We're
good?
looking forward to it next
Shout out
week.
some of the fighters.
Shout out to Chocolate fighting next week.
Hey.
Mace fighting next week.
Hey.
Whitney.
Hey.
Jake Dar. OG in the game.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
Gotta always shout out Coach Paul, man.
Yeah,
Partner.
this has been a fucking, as far as like WKs, we had a good squad. I was bummed that I couldn't really be part of it because I was on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, our homie Chocolate, who came in, he started training when he was like, what was he, 16 years old, something like that.
Oh Jesus.
So this is his first fight, and I was getting. Some
How old
work
is he
with-
now?
I mean, maybe 21, 22.
Oh,
something like that.
Yeah.
So-
he's been at it.
Yeah, but
Big dude, lanky.
not really. He's got long arms, but he's what he's
Close to
doing.
your size, but
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Fine.
similar with like the weird salad
Okay.
arms. But yeah, he was feeling really good when I worked with him last Wednesday and Thursday.
Lefty.
Yeah, that's
Oh, fuck.
tricky as
Oh
fuck.
fuck.
You know how we know.
Jesus Christ, I hate you guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on, man. It was dope meeting you.
For sure, man.
I was a little terrified. I'm
Oh.
so glad to see you can smile now.
Yeah.
Now
for
when I
sure.
see you, it's like, "What's up, baby?" It's all good. but
I'm worried about my branding, man. So now I'm just gonna have to every picture I'm gonna be cheesing in. Now.
You don't
People
gotta
think
cheese.
I-
No, you know
people
what?
think
I
I'm
ca-
grumpy, I guess.
But I kind of like it. It's cool. I mean, it's just me as a person.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh god.
It was unintentional.
Yeah,
so.
but it's good. I liked it. But I tell you what, like I say, for all the fighters coming in, whether they're already there or they're at the AMI level, I don't invite you on unless I feel like, number one, we can have some cool conversation. But I feel like you're gonna do great things.
I appreciate.
I mean,
it, man.
2 belts on your motherfucking shoulder. I ain't gotta feel a goddamn way. I
Yeah.
pretty much say what it's gonna be, right? But I feel like you're doing the right thing. You got a great coach. You got a great team behind you. So we'll have you back on shortly.
Yeah, love to come
And
back.
and when you go to the UFC, we'll have you back on and we'll really talk about some ass eating. Really
There we
fuck
go.
up your money, you know?
Yep,
Really make it
there
hard
we
for you to
go.
get sponsors and shit.
Hey, I might get more from.
You might
man.
just.
You
I'm
never
telling
know.
you, man. I'm telling you. Not Safe It Is. And where can they find you if they want to reach you for tickets, for fights, merch, whatever? Let them know. Camera right there.
All right, so you can check out my Instagram. It's at Top Gun Tuck. I think I got a Twitter, but I don't do that shit, so don't hit me up on there. But yeah,
I think I got it.
Facebook, all that shit. So.
Dope.
Yep.
Keep up with them. And John, they gotta reach you. Where can they find you at?
Find me at Wonton Soup on Instagram, and then anything you guys want to learn or anything, come out to
Great
Ground Control.
training.
Yeah, Ground Control,
Great
Owings
training.
Mills, Ground Control, Columbia, Ground Control, Rosedale, and he does private sessions too. So, holler at him.
Dope. You motherfuckers! Next week. All right. Oh, they love me. They don't.